Hello there, this is Todd from the Scoundrel's Cantina, and joined here with Luke, Task Force Mando, Jedi Knight, Iron Inquisitor, and Art by AK. And we're going to be doing an episode we've been waiting for a long time, which is episode 14 of the Bad Batch. So I want to welcome everyone to the stream.
We've been waiting for this moment for all our lives.
All right, settle down, Iron.
Iron, you really want us to get copyright again?
Oh, yeah.
when the hell did we get copyright infringement? Yeah, the first stream. I forgot about that.
And the third and the fourth.
Fuck.
Oh, that's bad.
Now we're good.
This episode was bloody awesome. Like, I'm having a hard time deciding which was the best one out of these 14 now. I mean, the last one was basically a low point, but this one was...
What was the last one again?
The random...
The bugs.
You mean the
mouse back.
Crimson Syndicate.
Yeah, the last one was simply nothing special, honestly. But we knew that after a filler episode, we would get something amazing like this. Although I never expected to see a member of Delta Squad, and let alone a new trooper type when you look at it.
Well, Can I go first?
Yeah, sure.
I was blown away this moment I seen original concept art by Ralph McCurry.
Yeah.
I was like, this is Star Wars. Like, this is great.
Yeah, that was so awesome that they included that. Like, this episode was just pretty much just a bit of everything that we wanted to see.
And service.
So basically, the Dark Times was the Ralph McQuarrie era of Star Wars.
Yep.
Rebels did it, so that's more proof.
And honestly, that's something that I really like, because at the end of the day, after 40 years, nothing got wasted from Ralph McQuarrie art. Like, isn't that amazing? Like,
they did that.
Yeah, it's just so awesome that everything's still being used to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
What?
Go on.
Oh, I forgot. Just say what you were gonna say.
I mean, not just Ralph McQuarrie, like episode 1, 2, 3, the concept art that wasn't ever used for movies. It came through Clone Wars, through Rebels. Like Ventress, she was supposed to be originally Maul. That was the concept art for Maul.
Yeah. They basically even used that. And what's even interesting, although I'm not sure if Ralph McQuarrie worked on that, but I mean, the High Republic, love it or hate it, whatever. The thing is, they actually used the concept art from the Arc 170 to simply just put a starfighter there. I mean, not a lot of people like it, but it's a thing that I believe most people would like. You know, the art was not thrown away.
Definitely. It's something to appreciate.
That's the one thing that they've been good at in recent years, especially. And during the days of Legends, they've been recycling a lot of stuff, because if you look through all the concept art books that they have, why let any of that go to waste? Like, why?
Indeed.
Yeah.
That's broken, then fix it.
When we're on the topic of art, before we begin with the episode, I was thinking about showing you guys something. Probably not a lot of you have seen this, but some fans have made a trailer of sorts, a CGI trailer of what Star Wars could have looked like if they used some specific concept art. And specifically, this TK Trooper type is obviously one of the first designs for it. Just gonna have to find it. Give me a sec, guys.
Oh, was there concept art of TK looking troopers wielding lightsabers?
Yeah.
They had silver lightsabers.
What colors were they?
Silver.
Yellow.
Or white.
Yellow.
Nice. I haven't seen that.
Luke's saber was yellow, Troopers were white, and Vader's was blue.
Yeah, and the trooper also had a blue one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, looks like blue might have represented the Sith.
Okay,
the funny thing is that, go on.
Yeah, no, go on. I'm just looking for it.
The funny thing is actually in 2018 or 19, there was a new comic book about clones. Veritable Stormtroopers that actually used the lightsaber. There was a guy who led the squad, and he used the lightsaber. Green, if I remember correctly.
That sounds familiar somewhere. You know what was really cool? You guys remember around, I think it was 2007, 2006? They released action figures based off of the character concepts. Like there was the McCory Stormtroopers, the McCory Starkiller character, and yeah, it was really cool.
Hmm? Even in the game, like mobile game, what's it called?
Do you guys see this? Maybe.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Here's the one. Anyway, okay. So apparently this is quite long, but they made something of the sort. And,
I mean, you can see that's what Chewbacca, but it ended up.
Okay, here it is. Take a look at this. This is just amazing, and I'm doing it without sound, just so you know.
Are they using Unreal Engine or?
I think it's CG with green screen, basically.
Ah,
Cool, huh?
Damn, that is so cool.
that's amazing.
Here's Zeb, basically,
Uh-huh.
since he eventually turned into Chewbacca, and here's, of course, the TK Trooper that they're using now. Isn't that awesome, huh?
Well, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Damn.
The original X-Wing, which they eventually used the design of for The Force Awakens because of the engines, as you can see.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Well, I also remember in the EU, the newer versions of X-Wings also had that type of engine, right?
I think.
Mm.
Yeah,
Something
I
about
think
that.
so.
I don't remember actually.
Imagine seeing A New Hope in this style. I'd love it. Why not?
It would be a bit weird for me.
Be interesting. You know, this actually could take place after the Legacy era with Darth Red. When you think about it.
Yeah, why not? Also, here's AK. That's you.
Wait, that's you?
Well,
It just really looks like him.
Oh yeah. I was confused for a second, but that'd be cool.
So yeah, here it is, basically.
hey, look, Rebels.
Yeah, yeah, it is, honestly.
Yeah.
I just love that they use so many things from the unused concept art. Rebels really did an amazing job when it came to that. And
Yeah.
one thing that we've talked about this many times in regards to Dave Filoni. He's good. I mean, he's good when it comes to details and bringing stuff back and simply putting the universe together. If you ask me, but on the other hand, he does make a lot of inconsistencies with the EU, sadly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But to me, at least, it never bothered me that much. I always absolutely enjoyed the things that he did, and the Bad Batch was kind of mixed to me. You know, it had some amazing episodes and had some really boring ones. But this episode, bringing Scorch, absolutely phenomenal. Honestly, just imagine, guys, if they actually brought back Sev. As far as I'm concerned,
Oh, I was waiting for the
Republic
whole
Commando.
squad to show up.
yeah, that would be awesome.
Ooh,
Because the
Yeah.
10-year-old me started geeking out when I saw Scorch. I just totally freaked out.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Top Trooper Productions. He gave us some lines to film for his Lego stop motion movie that he's making. So, yeah. Hopefully, it's not going to be the aliens are coming. We've been compromised. Like, do you guys know about that? Maybe.
No.
YouTuber that was called to do some voice acting for a game that fans were making. Horrible voice acting, and he knows it. Horrible, but it's funny as hell. It's a cool meme.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, do we want to get it? Do you guys have any thoughts? Anyone wants to share anything? I've been talking the whole time because
I just want to get into it, man.
I literally we're waiting.
Let's move.
Okay.
I have been waiting for this moment a long time.
She cuts my hair.
My little green friend.
Okay.
Last.
Okay, just gonna find the episode, and here we go. Oh, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Just gonna give me a sec. Okay, here we are. War Mantle. Immediately when the episode starts, as soon
Which
as
is
it
an
starts-
awesome episode name, by the way.
Yeah. The project War Mantle was first heard of in Rogue One, if I remember, along with Dark Saber and everything.
And Stardust.
So, what do
Yeah.
you think about the planet design?
I
We haven't
actually,
seen
Reminds
something
me-
like it.
I was gonna say, I actually thought that was Mount Tantus from Wayland. I actually thought this was Wayland.
Would be cool though. You guys know that this was Gregor immediately, or
Mhm.
no?
A little bit.
It took me a little bit to figure it out.
Yeah. Likewise.
I mean,
Soon as they said his number, then I instantly knew it was Gregor. But at first, I thought it was some random clone. It's like, well, someone else is deserting. Who else are we going to get?
Yeah.
I mean,
Same
what
here.
other clone do you know that's crazy enough to run around in half of the armor like that?
The thing, why does he have half? And also, since he got blown up, it seems that he had simple white commando armor at this point.
Hmm.
I don't know. Just
Must
seems
be
that
because
way.
of the transition period.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other
maybe.
squad still has it.
But then there's the question: why didn't Scorch have white armor? Like, are the Deltas considered elite among the elite?
Could be.
Could be
That would make
wrong.
sense to me.
It's like it would be either them or Omega Squad. It would be the two clone commando squads. So it would be the lead of the elite.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, can I just say something before we go into it?
Yeah.
Who else thinks that Rex is actually making the clone rebellion?
That's actually a good theory, honestly. And I didn't even think of it.
I mean, I watched that scene like 5 times, and he's
Mhm.
busy doing what? And
Who
he
knows?
where the clones are.
I'm
Mhm.
guessing we'll find out in the next 2 episodes, since Rex is probably going to be pivotal to it. I think. I don't know.
Possibly.
It better be.
Look, let's be fair. When we saw a clone trooper running and immediately recognized it was Catan class commando armor, we knew this episode was going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Like, no question at all. But yeah, okay, let's move on.
They finally brought back the dogs.
But yeah, the what are they called? Can't remember. We did a video on ARF Trooper
Hound.
Hound, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Too bad he's not
Massive.
leading the dogs.
It's called the Massive, right?
Yeah. It is.
And his one's called Greaser or Grizzer or whatever.
I think I said greaser in the video, but
Yeah, I think it's
I could have been wrong.
good enough as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But immediately, when I saw Gregor fall, although we didn't know it was Gregor at the time until they said it was CC and his, number. Have you guys noticed that the leg armor is different? Like, are these clone commandos specifically?
I don't
Or
know,
the
honestly.
TKs? Although we've seen the clone commandos have the massives with them.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay. Any thoughts?
Not really.
Donkey saved the day.
I'll tell you what, he got caught on purpose because he wanted his armor.
The other thing is, did he actually? What was Gregor doing? So that the Empire would notice that he was trying to defect. Like,
Well, he
He
was the
didn't say much.
captain and the main trainer.
he just said that he wanted to go out, and that's it.
Must not want to teach any commando or give the commando teachings to the new troopers.
Wouldn't
I mean, he
wouldn't-
said himself, I'm not teaching them everything. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
I got the
Also-
impression that he was gonna say maybe like I'm gonna resign, but they wouldn't let him.
Also, is it just me or does Rex actually look cooler with the hood?
Yeah, he does.
He
Yeah.
looks like Altair from
Yeah, I
Assassin's
was-
Creed.
I was just about to
Yeah.
say he does look like Altair.
He reminds me of Star Killer when he goes to the what's the planet? When he first with the Jedi on the Shark planet. for the first time?
I don't know. I think he wears a hood for the first time on the Death Star, like the white robes, right?
No.
Yeah, I
Before,
remember
like
that, yeah.
dirt
Yeah,
road,
when he
like,
fought
burn.
Vader for the last time.
No,
on
that
the
was
Death
actually
Star
suit
when he
before,
wore it.
before that.
I remember in the comic version he also wore that hood. You know, when they're declaring the rebellion, and he kind of he fell off the cliff.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I've noticed here in this scene? This is the first time that we're seeing Venators in the series, and they don't have any red on them either.
Yeah,
Which is
they managed to paint
cool.
them just like the gunships in the
Yeah.
when they show up
We
later.
actually,
Yeah.
but
Actually,
you know what I've noticed?
It's an
Yeah,
episode one.
go on. Sorry.
I thought I saw a little bit of red on one of them, like the one on the top right, the one in the top right corner here. If you look really
Honestly,
close, I think it is.
I can't tell, but you know what I noticed when the new class shuttle is landing on the base on Darrow, on that
What's that?
planet. What?
Nothing. I thought you were getting to, or never mind.
Well, what I've noticed is one of the gunships still had red on it, and these ones here have as well, as you can see. Look at,
Mhm.
but in a different shot, they were gray like these ones over here.
Yeah.
So these ones are gray, obviously, and these ones are red. I can basically tell. Do you think it's a mistake on their part, or they're simply, slowly working it?
Yeah, they're probably just slowly replacing colors, you know.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of worried that we're already going to get rid of the Phase 2 clone armor in a few episodes or the next season.
Yeah, I wouldn't really want that. I just want to see a bit more of the clone stuff.
I mean, I just want to see a
Eventually,
battalion,
3
maybe the
years.
501st or something, 212.
Yeah. And of course I want to see Cody, as I've said from the beginning.
I'm guessing he's like the main villain at the end of the season here or something like that.
I would certainly like that.
He could be. That'd be
What do you
awesome.
think will die?
He was actually supposed to be in Rebels, I remember, but I think now we're going to get that storyline that they missed over there, like with him and Rex.
Mm-hmm.
Although, is it going to be positive? Is Rex kind of going to get to him, or are they going to be enemies? Like,
Well, maybe in the holo call when he contacts the I was about to say the Ghost Crew. When he contacts the Bad Batch, maybe Cody was shooting at him. You never know.
Ooh, that's nice.
yeah, that's actually true, and we're going to see in the next 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of pissed. I'm most likely not going to be on the next stream next week because I'm going to Montenegro, whatever. I don't know how you say it specifically in English. And if I don't have internet there, I'm going to really be pissed for not watching the next episode.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
I like. Why didn't I go there when last week with the last episode?
No idea.
Because now I'm going to go there. It's simply the way it turned out, because now I'm going to go there when I'm excited as hell to see the next episode after this one, because I'm guessing the next one can't be a filler, right? It's the second last.
Yeah, no way. No way. It's got to be something good.
This episode just kept on giving. This was a nice nod, if you ask me.
It's got to
Like
be
seeing the
something
new
new.
cadets. Try something new, Camino. And they are.
Well, Namasu is dead, most likely.
What?
Namasu or Lamasu, however. it's
Yeah.
called. He's either in prison or dead.
You think, huh?
Well, Empire has no use for it.
The thing
Not on
is,
the public anymore.
they usually kill off a character when they close the doors behind them, you know?
Mhm.
Some like that's the typical thing that happens in movies or whatever.
Yeah.
And when I went to Lama Su's wiki page, on the canon version of him, let's say, since it's divided that way on Wikipedia, it didn't say that it was that at all. But when I read through the episode 14 wiki page, at the end it said that they killed him. You know,
But we didn't hear any blaster shot.
Yeah, that's the
Nuclear
thing.
blasters. I'm guessing that was a mistake that they wrote there, probably.
Maybe they kill him in the next episode.
Probably find out next episode, but
I just don't see the point of just, dragging him to prison, if you know what I mean. That being the Empire, I think they would just ice him on the spot.
I would actually see them trying to put him in like a public place and execute him in front of everyone. That's more like Empire.
Yeah, that could also be the thing.
I'm actually thinking that we're not gonna get the Camino uprising, like a literal uprising. I think we're just gonna get some rebellious Kaminoans for a future Battlefront 2 from 2005 story with, Boba Fett on the Camino.
Although I think it would be sad if we don't see the uprising, to be honest.
True.
I kind of want to see like one, and then they expand upon it, so there's a chance for another one. If you know what I mean.
Well, when you mix EU and canon, yeah, why not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That could totally work.
Like when you look at it, if they iced Lama Su or whatever, the Kaminoans could want revenge and could start plotting, and then about 9 years from now, 10 BBY, Battlefront 2 could happen.
Better all for naught.
Yeah, but the thing is, they don't care about the EU. Sadly, I still do.
Yeah, such a shame.
And
yeah, we always when we talk about Star Wars, we always keep forgetting that, but that's kind of sad.
My biggest problem when I'm talking, I'm always talking headcanon wise because I don't give into the just canon or just EU stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Unless it's a sequel.
Well, the thing is, we've been talking like that for like all these years, and it's just so weird to adapt to their shit.
Yeah. That's why I'm always in that mindset when I'm talking about it. Hope you guys understand if I'm confusing someone new.
Something new.
Try something. And what's ironic is Camino is trying something new.
Ironic.
Someone wrote, "Those cadets are goners."
Pretty much.
Rip.
Yeah,
Wait,
that
the chat.
Wi-Fi Unchained. Is that the guy?
Because
The
I was
last
gonna say,
right?
yeah, I was gonna say F in the chat for those cadets.
they basically asked if they were even going to become troopers. So yeah, they are goners.
Or they're probably just going to be wiping off floors of an Imperial facility for the rest of their lives.
Sanitation duty.
Yep.
Have you guys noticed that Admiral Rampart addressed the clones to Lama Su as if they were overrated? But Gregor on the planet, he said that they're not even close to being skilled as a clone trooper of Jango Fett.
Yeah.
I don't know why he would even think that they're overrated, since these random recruits are obviously incompetent.
I mean, they killed the commander.
Definitely can't hit anything.
No, especially the blasters they use.
It sounds like arrogance on his part, you know?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I think it is. That would be accurate description of Rampart.
Yeah. Probably blinded by his...
I don't know what he's
Your
getting
ego.
from just recruiting more troops.
Your arrogance blinds you.
And I think that's the reason why Gregor didn't teach him everything. He's like, well, I don't want these guys to fully replace us, because if they're better than us, then the rebellion would be a lot more trouble. So that's probably a theory. It's like, why they're not so good, because the clone trainers are like, we're not going to teach you everything. You're nothing.
Yeah, that's what he said. That was a nice touch.
So what I'm guessing is, like, in the next episode, they're probably going to come rescue him, and Rex is going to be with them, you know, to get Gregor out. And maybe at that point, Gregor actually joins Rex, you know.
I actually thought that that they were gonna boost his inhibitor chip, but he doesn't have one. So, do you guys think someone's gonna lose their head out of the
Please
Bad
no.
Batch team?
I mean,
Hunter
since the end of the
or-
season, it's probably going to be like that, but I'm not really sure who's going to be the guy who's going to be dead. It's probably going to be Crosshair, though.
Crosshair
Yeah.
or Hunter. One of
Mhm.
them.
Crosshair is probably going to die trying to sacrificing himself, redeeming himself, trying to save Hunter or someone.
Although
Yeah,
on
'cause-
this point, I don't really see how he can redeem himself.
I mean,
Well-
at the end, it might have been implied because at the end he said, "I was hoping for the whole squad, but you'll do." So I'm thinking to myself, I think we're all thinking to ourselves, what are you going to do to him?
Yeah.
I mean, Vader came from much worse.
Yeah.
Technically,
But
when you
he's
look at
the
it,
chosen one.
yeah, technically, if Vader can be saved, who can't? You know,
Yeah.
the main topic, of Star Wars in general, I would say is redemption. That is what it is. You know, that's the main story when you look at it of Anakin. So why not Crosshair? You know, I mean, all it takes is basically to take out his inhibitor chip, even if it's against his will, even though his will isn't his own.
Yeah, that is true.
Would he recover? That's the question.
Okay, this isn't the Lambda class.
Uh-huh.
This is still a new. Although, take a look at the gunship next to it now when it lands. Why isn't there a shot of it? Oh,
think
they
you're
need to get closer.
Yeah, I think you're skipping too much.
Mhm.
By the way,
Oh, there we go. There we
Yeah,
go.
I can still see that it has some red on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, the LAT.
Yeah, it looks like they still haven't managed to repaint the whole arsenal of gunships.
Yeah.
But then
The whole
again, how many do they have, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice detail, though, still.
Uh-huh.
But you know what I'm still thinking about in regards to this is that a mistake or is it on purpose? Because I know it's Disney. I know that they're kind of sloppy when it comes to Star Wars in general, even though the animation and everything is amazing here. Like the first episode had the plain white clone troopers before the end of the Clone Wars. I think that was done because they were sloppy and they just didn't give a shit, you know.
budget cuts.
I mean, that's what I think. Lore-wise, it's accurate to Depa Balaba's new battalion, but I think it's a sloppy move. And also, let's be fair, Kanan Jarrus, aka Caleb Doom, voiced by Freddie Prinze Jr., who sounds like a 29-year-old there, especially when he says, "Trust me,
True.
trust me."
Trust me.
There's actually a guy on YouTube. He did the voiceover for
Was it
Kanan's
Endless
voice.
Abyss?
I have no idea, but he made it look like he's actually a kid.
It's good.
Seeing this here, the troopers and not recognizing which ones they were, really got me excited for this episode. Especially, I mean, even seeing the Clone Commando there.
Yeah, I'm
Amazing.
pretty sure at one point he says they even upgraded their armor.
Yeah, he
So that,
did.
That
And I'm
got me
like,
even more excited.
I mean, it's something that I've always wanted to see on screen because we knew it in the war, but we never actually got to see him change that way.
Mhm. Also, coming back to the gunships, I don't think it's a mistake that they left out some painted gunships into red. Because the thing is, if you look at the episode, and when the gunships come over to pick up, what's his name, dude?
Hunter.
Hunter, yeah. The only gunships that come after him are gray. So that
Yeah.
means the red ones are actually staying in the hangar. Maybe they're waiting for a paint job, you know?
Maybe.
Could be.
So that could also be the thing.
Maybe we're just
And
apologists
also-
because we enjoy this so much.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making
know,
stuff
And
up.
also, what I noticed with the Clone Commandos, they weren't using their famous blasters. They're using the DC-15 carbines. They weren't using their ones
I
like
wanted
one
to see
Wrecker
that
had.
right now.
Mhm.
I didn't
Yeah.
notice that.
You didn't notice it.
Really?
No, I didn't.
I
Come
immediately
on, I
noticed.
was
Really?
shocked because of that.
You know, it seemed weird because they're very bulky and the blaster is very small in comparison to their armor. And I'm like, you know,
Maybe it just allows for more maneuverability.
No.
I also thought that might be a sloppy move on them. On you know, since I don't think that Disney gives a shit much. despite this looking awesome and being entertaining as hell. But I also thought that might have been a mistake for just giving him that, or they just didn't care. Or maybe they're trying to transition simply.
I can fix it. Give me a second. Budget cuts on Empire's part. Here.
Oh, yeah. And we're
Yeah.
still Bad Batch apologists at this point.
Wouldn't call ourselves apologists, or whatever.
Wait, let me Google that for fast.
Yeah, but the thing is, in comparison to Disney Star Wars, what are the best things that came out since Disney bought Star Wars?
Good point.
If you ask me, Clone Wars Season 7, the last 4 episodes, is probably the best. Rogue One was the only passable movie by me. I mean, in a good way. Jedi Fallen Order was great. I'd say it might be Clone Wars and Bad Batch at this point. Like the top of it.
Pretty much.
Although
Yeah,
Rebels had
Rebels
some
too.
amazing... Yeah, Rebels had some amazing moments. I always have to stick to that as well. But, yeah. It's always the animation that turns out the best. Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, with a few exceptions.
I mean, especially in this episode, there was a scene when they're climbing the mountain that actually looked really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always nail it with the new animation. So awesome.
Yeah, Logan actually has high praise for it. You know.
With good reason.
And he's right. Although I'm finding another mistake here. Why isn't the Clone Commando's visor glowing? Huh? Sloppy Disney, is it?
It could just be the glass tinted.
Again, budget cuts on the Empire side. The new armor.
Too
They don't
expensive.
want
for
everyone
their-
to feel special anymore. They want everyone to be the same. So it's like
Tinted-
all
tint-
personalities taken out.
I was gonna say tinted glass, maybe. No.
I don't know. It sure looks
Maybe.
like it, right? I mean, they look darker, not as white as Tech's leg there.
Yeah, true.
Although I don't know. Nonetheless, this episode was the best.
Amazing.
Well, I think
Even better than episode 1, to be honest.
Huh?
I actually think this was better than episode 1. Even
You
if
think?
it was shorter. It was
I don't know.
shorter.
To me,
better.
it's on the level of episode 1 at this point.
Yeah, getting to see Commandos again and part member of the Delta Squad. Yeah, this wins.
It appears that the chat is talking about Clone Commando Sev.
Really?
Yeah, and
Seb is probably one of my favorites.
the thing is, if he appears in the next 2 episodes along Delta Squad, as far as I'm concerned, that would be the continuation of his story after Kashyyyk. Like, let's just say that he somehow escaped the Trandoshans or something like that. That's good enough for me.
I mean, he probably did. Let's be honest. It's Star
Eventually,
Wars.
yeah.
Actually, I
Someone
think he was supposed to survive.
If you guys actually want to see him escape, some guy made a Republic Commando machinima with Seb escaping his way, blowing his way out against the Trandoshans. And it's really good. As far as I'm concerned, it happened, but
Yeah.
let's see what happens here. Would be cool.
He tried something new.
Good thing he didn't run into Yoda.
What?
Good thing he didn't run into Yoda.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, Quinlan Voss would have been worse.
Yeah, he would have.
What's the name of the guy who becomes the Sith and makes the Rule of One? Darth Krayt, right?
Darth Krayt, yeah. Sure.
Asherad
Didn't
Hett.
run into him.
Asherad Hett. It was amazing.
Also, I think it was a cool nod that Echo is having a hard time with what he's doing here as well. Like, it's changing already. The Empire is in full speed ahead, changing everything.
Ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous, huh? From
Oh yeah,
Spaceball.
thanks, Spaceballs.
Oh, there they are. The shots of him.
Wait,
They look
Spaceballs?
great.
Yeah, they do.
Beautiful.
Although still, You know, guys, now we have 3 versions of hybrid Phase 2 Clone Troopers and Stormtroopers, basically hybrids in between at this
Uh-huh.
point.
I know this. I know Republic. No, not Republic. Force Unleashed. And what's the
Basically, the Force Unleashed the PSP version has the Trident Squad. It's still a mix of a classic Stormtrooper and
I know
a
about them.
Phase
And
2.
these guys. Who's the third
You have
one?
the Force Unleashed on PC has the Kashyyyk Trooper, as they call it in the game.
Ah,
Like when you want to spawn, it's called a Kashyyyk Trooper, but it's technically just this regular Stormtrooper with a visor similar to Hunters here. You know, it
Well,
doesn't have the
they-
eyes; it's connected still. Basically, they have the same visor like this, and this is basically the 3rd version of the in-between class of Stormtrooper.
I didn't know about them because I played Force Unleashed 1 on PlayStation and Force Unleashed 2 on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Again, who hates that beginning mission of Force Unleashed 2?
No one. It's awesome.
The gunship. I hated that.
Wait, the first mission.
Yeah, with the gunship in Force Unleashed 2.
Oh, 2. Wait,
Huh?
Force Unleashed 2, the first mission is on Camino. On Camino.
No.
Camino.
Oh yeah, the second one when he's in the arena and running from the gunship.
Oh, yeah, the gunship was kind of... I don't know, it was fine as far as I'm concerned.
I hated that.
The only thing I didn't like about Force Unleashed 2 is that it was too short.
Yeah, it was.
Force Unleashed 1 was short kind of too, and you couldn't travel back to planets.
Yeah. Although they don't make them like they used to. Those were amazing games, honestly.
Mm.
I think
Those were the days.
Oh, yeah. Hard work forever pays. See you in a better place.
How many
Copyright
games
strike.
did we get back then? Force
Huh?
Unleashed, Battlefront, Complete Saga. There
Wait,
were actually way more we got.
What do you mean? I didn't understand.
games.
fully.
Like games from that time period. Wait, can you hear me correctly? Hello?
Yeah, but I don't understand.
Ah.
That's it.
I mean, we got Battlefront, Battlefront 2, Republic Commando, Force Unleashed 2, Lego Star Wars 1, Lego Star Wars 2, Lego
Yeah.
Complete Saga, what more? KOTOR,
KOTOR, Jedi Outcast, Academy,
to the Academy.
SWTOR. Yeah. They don't make
so
them like
many
they used.
amazing games.
Yeah.
And I also remember the days when there were so many games coming out at once a year.
Mhm. Like 2 or 3, no, actually, 4 to 5 games per year.
You guys remember 2005? That was probably one of the biggest highlights of being a Star Wars fan, because Revenge of
For
the Sith
sure.
came out,
Mhm.
Republic Commando, KOTOR 2 came out in 2004, if I'm not like just before that.
Yeah, it was like
what
late
else happened?
2004.
Battlefront 2. What more do you need?
Star
There
Wars
was a lot of
in the
awesome
game.
stuff coming out that year.
Although to me personally, I think the years when I mostly enjoyed Star Wars more than anything was since like 2008 and until Disney bought Star Wars, basically.
Around 2012.
Yeah, it was like the 2006, 2012 was like the best time for me to be a fan.
Same
You
here.
need to
Like
watch the. Go on.
I watched the Clone Wars then; it was still coming out. Remember waiting for season 5 until I heard that they canceled the series after it because of Disney. And the thing is, at that time, we had the full story of Star Wars that George Lucas imagined, for the most part. We had all 6 movies, you know? Clone Wars was
Mhm.
coming out, means more George Lucas stuff, as far as I'm concerned. That's the way it seemed, you know? EU was going high. It was great. And we got a few games each year. Force Unleashed and SWTOR and KOTOR really made it for me at that time. And the EU. What about you guys? How did you...
Yeah, that was the golden age.
I still think one of the best things of Star Wars is Clone Wars 2003.
Oh yeah, that was awesome as well. And the Clone Wars multimedia project as well.
I forgot
shit,
about that.
those days were great.
Mm-hmm. Well, as we said, a lot of good stuff coming out those years.
Honestly,
I remember
remember
we
I
were
was
so
a little
excited
kid.
for the Force Unleashed as well.
oh yeah, after
Actually, was
seeing
not.
the, yep,
I was one of the people who actually didn't want to watch any new movies.
Hmm.
From the
you
beginning.
didn't want to watch.
Yeah, because I'm kind of like prequels way more than original trilogy or the sequels.
Mhm.
So I was never that big of a fan of original trilogy or sequels.
Really?
I like prequels way more.
The thing is, I remember me and Todd talking in 2014 when some news came out for The Force Awakens or whatever. We already knew at that time, like, don't mess with the movies. We already knew it was kind of a bad idea.
Yeah, we called it first.
It seems that way. Like, we knew that if they were going to mess with anything from the 6 movies, it's not going to turn out good. And I think we were right. Like,
Yeah. The thing is, like, we called it first, and we got so much shit for it in the comments. When we talked about it.
oh
think
yeah,
Dis-
everyone was defending The Force Awakens then.
I think
Look,
Disney
don't be
was
so
just
negative.
desperate.
It's still a new thing. Like, you don't know stuff. Like,
Yeah, you'll
how
see
it
when
goes.
when the sequel comes out.
Oh, I saw.
My first reaction was actually, wait, is this episode 4 with new graphics?
I was just gonna say, I think Disney was just so desperate to have their own quote unquote creative freedom that they just had to do it.
My creative freedom, man.
The thing is,
Yeah.
like, way back then, mostly because of the Clone Wars and the awesome games that we were getting from the EU, I knew in a way that the best. I mean, for me, it seemed that the best future for Star Wars was going to be with animation like this.
Mm-hmm. Animation and games. That's what I was on
Yes,
about.
that was not movies. I wasn't for movies, although I don't regret Rogue One for one bit.
The
I
thing
love
is,
that
like,
movie.
the
Yeah.
only thing I would love to see is
Got
like
last ticket
if
for Rogue
George
One.
if George Lucas was still working on Star Wars, I would love to see his take on the Old Republic.
Oh, yeah.
In movies, I think that would
Yeah.
turn out
Oh,
great.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
If only
The thing is,
SWTOR
I
turned out like the cinematic trailers. Am I right?
Mm,
They actually
Yeah.
talked about making Total movies. Like way back.
Yeah.
And they did canonize Revan, Malek, and some other Sith lords from the ancient times. So it could happen.
True.
Also, Todd, can you well, we're talking before we go through the comments, pin them up.
Uh-huh.
Also, someone said, "What about the Mandalorian?" I personally don't care about the show at all.
Still didn't watch it.
I don't like the
I just
soundtrack of the
don't-
show.
I mean, the Mandalorian's pretty harmless.
It's more to me. It's more like a. I'm not going to deny that it brought the fandom kind of back together, and that's a good thing as far as I'm concerned. But honestly, it's very shallow to me as a Star Wars, as Star Wars content, which is praised to the level of Empire Strikes Back. I actually remember when the first episode came out, they were already saying it's the best thing that came out since Empire Strikes Back. To me, that is a extremely idiotic comment. Personally, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I actually like episode 3 more than episode 5.
Duh.
But then again, that was probably the OT purists commenting that. So
the soundtrack, it
know,
was just
Space
it wasn't
Rocky.
it wasn't
Yeah, it was
Star
Space
Wars.
Rocky.
The soundtrack
Wasn't-
just wasn't Star Wars. That's all I can say.
What was your first introduction to Star Wars? Movies or animated shows?
Movies.
Attack of the Clones.
Mine
Clone Wars
was
2003.
A New Hope on VHS.
Mine was Clone Wars 2003 on Cartoon Network way back.
Wait,
Then
that was the
episode
2003 version on Cartoon Network as well.
Yeah, a lot.
It was, yeah.
I was like, I don't remember. Like,
The thing is
I-
with that version, I remember watching some of it as a kid. I had this feeling of seeing it before I watched it again later. So I probably saw it on Cartoon Network, but I never watched it fully. It was very weird, but cool though.
There was
Yeah.
actually full 2 episodes put in like 2 hours or something on YouTube, but I think Disney removed it.
Can you just talk a bit more louder? I can't hear you very well, mate.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
There was actually every episode like fully 2 hours long on
Mhm.
YouTube, but I think it was removed. I think Disney removed it like a year ago.
Well, of course it did. That's what they're
I mean,
best
from
at.
a part, I do understand. Like big company, they actually really released it on Disney Plus, as much as I heard. So I actually understand why they did that.
That's Disney. You know
Yeah.
how it is.
I mean, everyone, not just Disney. Everyone, even the movies, cartoons, shows, everything. You can find full episodes on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's so specific about the 2003 that they just keep copyrighting stuff about it. You know,
Hmm.
like just remember, Luke, when we were editing the Fordo video. Yeah,
The thing is, if you use a single scene from that, it eventually gets copyrighted completely and
Yes.
claimed.
yes.
Like as if fair use doesn't apply to the Clone Wars 2003 version.
You're crediting them though too, so there should be no problem.
I don't know, but just for that, as soon as you use it, it eventually gets copyright claimed. Well, everything else is open to fair use and editing and everything, as you guys see in our war videos. But
Yeah,
some
Clone Wars
reason-
is fine, like the regular one, but the 2003 is just a mess.
What's the name of the guy who made it?
Genndy
Tartakovsky.
Tartakovsky.
Tarkovsky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He made Samurai Jack. I love that on Cartoon Network.
And Dexter's Laboratory.
Really, he did Dexter's Laboratory.
He did, yeah.
You
Nice.
know what's interesting? Jeff Bennett, the voice actor of Kyle Katarn. I've been working a lot with Jedi Outcast now, and Kyle Katarn's in my head all the time because of the Stormtrooper Tales thing that I've been making. And he actually had a role in Dexter's Laboratory. He's everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's also Johnny Bravo. So Kyle Katarn is Johnny Bravo.
You should do an edit of that for Stormtrooper Tales. That'd be funny.
Oh, that would be an awesome idea. Actually, might as well just edit his voice a bit as it sound as if it's in a helmet. You know, that would
Yeah.
be cool.
I'm talking about Kyle's voice
Oh, Kyle's.
or Johnny Bravo's, either or the Stormtroopers. Either one.
Imagine Johnny Bravo being a stormtrooper.
Damn, I'm gonna get
Actually,
off here.
You know what's the worst part? I think that they stunned him here in the episode when they take off the helmet. Now, when Tech gets this wrong and an alarm sounds or whatever, when they kick, you'll see it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this was really cool.
I don't know what's up with them and stunning people.
Hey, they have their blue thingy.
It's Disney
Why-
canon. They can't kill anybody anymore.
And I
Okay,
noticed in
legends-
the episode, the only person to actually shoot, and hit was Wrecker.
He went Terminator on them. Come on.
Well, he did say he was getting ready.
Oh yes.
I didn't notice that. So Wrecker actually fired the live shots.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they were maybe they thought that they were still their clone brothers. They didn't know that they were recruits.
They
So I
actually
think
knew.
that the Bad Batch
Well-
is still of the mindset that they
Well,
don't want to kill their
technically-
brothers.
Well, technically, the only one who didn't know that they were clones was Wrecker, and he
he
still
still fired.
kept shooting. Yeah, that's what I want to know about. Like
That's
the rest of
actually
them knew.
Because he likes to blow things up.
Blow things up.
I got a
Smash
fact
people.
for you.
Then after he yells and everyone turns, he's like, "Got it." Like, no shit, Sherlock. Everyone got it.
Yes, you stand out way too much, Wrecker. Go on.
It's actually
Yeah,
like,
when
careful,
you
your
look at it-
programming's kicking in.
Yeah, basically. But what I liked about this here is obviously this commander was harder to take down, but I remember someone asked me in the comments on the community tab, who would win, Delta Squad or the Bad Batch?
Delta Squad.
Ooh.
I personally think that simply because they're enhanced, and we've seen what Wrecker can do when he has the chip. Just imagine if Wrecker wasn't lovable and was like a Terminator, you know? Wrecker
Yeah,
could
but those
take out.
guys still-
I think that
Oh.
Wrecker could take out like 2 members by himself of Delta Squad, since he could take out almost all of them when they were taking out the chips in the episode. You know, when the chip.
Yeah, my
worked.
money's on Bad Batch too.
So I think Bad Batch would get the upper hand simply because they're what they say special, modified, whatever, enhanced clone troopers. But still, Delta Squad is badass
Rather
and highly
get the
skilled.
Jedi, please. Bad Batch mostly fought droids. Let's get this clear. 1 second. Hear me out.
Yep.
They mostly fought droids. Well, Delta Squad actually fought Geonosians, pirates, all sorts of things. And they're actually not scared to kill.
Yeah.
Actually, you
And-
know what I've
Go on.
sorry.
Sorry.
You know what I've noticed here? This commando could have. He made a stupid mistake not pulling out his hidden blade on Hunter here. He could have just used it and then just stabbed him right in the neck.
Maybe.
Like he really could have.
Although when you look at it, Hunter is probably the most skilled of them in the Bad Batch, and he's enhanced and everything, and But I think he gave a good fight. Although it was Clone Force 99, they're enhanced, and if I remember correctly, they said that they're the last enhanced clones in the entire army. So these guys are technically regs, but with much better training. I think it's visible.
It is Delta Squad,
Although Scorch, let's be fair, Scorch put up a hell of a fight against the 4 of them by himself.
Imagine it was all of 4. What's the guy who is the crazy guy with the red markings?
Sev, you mean?
Sev, yeah. Good thing they didn't fight him.
Oh yeah, they would have been screwed.
For sure.
Yeah, Seb and Crosshair just pick it off each member one by one. They're just going to be having competition with each other because Seb is very competitive.
I mean, he's brutal.
Here's Johnny Bravo.
Oh yeah. Right.
But let's be fair, this armor isn't the best looking armor. Like, not even close. Especially with it has a lousy chest plate, if you ask me, but it's still cool that we see a new type.
It's something new.
Try something new, Camino. Actually, this is Darrow.
During the dark days.
All right, shall
By
we
the
get
way,
to the?
what do you think about Gregor's voice?
Gregor's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting topic. Do you maybe think that his chords got damaged in the explosion? Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe.
he's acting way more like a crazy person now. So
You guys
Because-
also noticed his crazy little laugh too.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought that it was kind of out of place at a specific spot. Like, his voice was very. He didn't seem so elite because of the voice, in a way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He was like a junkie. I don't know.
for me, it kind of just works even better.
You think?
Like, I mean, let the crazy guy do his thing.
I didn't expect him to already have such changes to his voice, because he's more similar to him 15 years after this event here in Rebels than he is to himself from the Clone Wars, which was basically a year ago tops.
But he was blown
Before
up.
this.
Yeah, but the thing is, maybe he's still recovering from the thing in the Bad Batch, and
Or
then in
maybe-
the Rebels, in Rebels, he actually, normalized himself. Or how would I put it?
I don't know. Maybe it's just it's just how he is now. He got damaged in the
94.
explosion, and it was a hell of an explosion. Let's be fair. The Rhydonium, the whole city in Aberfar, like, I mean, not all of it, but it was a big explosion with the Rhydonium. So
Indeed.
I guess you have to change the character in some way and not make him invincible. Although I'd say the Kataran class armor defended him well. So
Yeah.
Sorry for the weapon malfunction.
The shield definitely did its part in the
Yeah.
armor.
You know what I'm curious about? Since we don't see his gauntlet, the wrist armor actually
Uh-huh.
that he has in Rebels, how does that work? I'm guessing Greg is going to be with the main cast of characters in the next 2 episodes, with
He
Rex as
actually
well.
has a black glove. Not black glove, like black armor on his arm.
Possibly.
Google it. I actually watched it today.
Shall we get to the elephant in the room?
Scorch.
Wait, me?
Yep.
The thing is, maybe he fights Scorch in one of the next episodes and takes his gauntlet, and that's how he got. That's how he gets the yellow gauntlet he has in the Rebels.
Yeah, but it was his one. That's the thing from
Hmm.
his original armor.
Sorry, it
Maybe
wasn't
Rex is
black,
keeping his
like
armor or something.
grayish white.
The music here in this episode was literally a remake of the Death Star music from A New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
And since this is a random Imperial facility at this point, it looks more like an Empire-ish, base
Yeah.
than the Republic one because of the color schemes and everything, and the consoles. And since I've been playing a lot of Jedi Outcast and everything, and they use the same music from the original trilogy there, it's so, I don't know, I just love that they did that. This is like let's say I'm playing Jedi Outcast or whatever. It's like playing that game, although instead of playing some Rebel or New Republic or whatever, this is like clones versus stormtroopers, something we never expected to see, honestly. I mean, not in this series, but overall, like back in the day, did you ever expect to see clones fighting against stormtroopers in an Imperial base or whatever? It's so bizarre that they're not rebels or something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
I mean,
like
the closest thing we've gotten to that was, Battlefront 2, but you were like
Mine.
the Empire taking on the Kaminoans.
Yeah, true. That is the closest thing, and it's cool. I love that.
And Battlefront 2 Legacy.
Legacy.
Mm-hmm. You can actually fight clones with stormtroopers.
Is that a mod?
No, it's actually in the game. It's Legacy. I mean, Legacy is a mod, so.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was asking.
But it is like a game inside of a game. It's something like a Battlefront 3 project.
Uh-huh.
Juicy part.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
I really didn't expect this. I'm like,
They got numbers.
whoa. So, Jedi Knight, here's the elephant in the base.
You got to the
In the
juicy part.
hallway.
I literally had to go back, like, replay that part of the episode just to say, because I thought, like, holy shit, is that Scorch?
Yeah. The way they just looked at each other. Although I expected someone, maybe they did, they just didn't have the time to react, but I'd expect other clone commandos to know who Delta is and who Scorch is.
Wait, did
Yeah,
you hear him
probably.
talk? I
You'd
don't
think
he
so.
talked.
Hmm?
I don't think he talked.
I don't know. I mean, I always thought as long as, since they created the Bad Batch, like 5-6 years ago when we first saw them ever, they said it was George Lucas's idea or whatever. And I remember even watching how they made Republic Commando, and also George had a say in it in some way,
Yeah.
And so I always expected, the commandos to know each other, especially since they're so famous. Literally everyone knows the Bad Batch, as we've seen. Like, clones know them, who they are, and I expect the same for Delta Squad, especially since if Gregor got white armor already, as a replacement to his damaged one from the Clone Wars, and Scorch didn't, and Delta in general didn't get white armor. They still have their own one. I'm guessing they're a higher tier
Probably.
or something. Although when you look at it, Hauser also had his own armor as well. Still,
Yeah, but Gregor did lose his entire squad.
true. Maybe they just gave him white one and didn't give a shit.
Hmm.
Who knows? I don't know.
Maybe custom colored it again.
The rank of captain.
Yeah,
But
could
we don't-
be.
The way Hunter and Gregor looked at each other when seeing him, I'm guessing they know who he is.
Yeah, it was like an oh shit moment.
Exactly. They just like, if you're here, we're the other three. We're the other two.
It might have been just Scorch that was put in charge of this station.
Maybe. Although I'm guessing some of the other Deltas are here as well, because apparently all clone commandos are training these new buffoons.
No. 50 of them are training them.
Oh, 50? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they said in the
That's
episode.
what they
50
said.
and then 1,000 recruits.
Rex.
Yeah.
Let's call them
TKU.
Rex. I mean, they're not clones.
You know, when you
TK
look at
units.
it, the reaction that Gregor and Hunter had when seeing this guy, Scorch, is basically the reaction all of us had. Like,
Mhm.
what? Since it's such a short scene when he just looks at him and turns around until you see Wrecker and Gregor looking at each other. So that's basically us. It's like oh shit moment. You know?
I love this comment.
No, they're just like, we're fucked.
And I'm really satisfied the way they did Scorch here. Like he really 1 against 4 when he came up to him.
Mhm.
I just wish he talked.
And he literally like beat 2 of them in like 2 seconds, as somebody said in the comments.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see.
Oh yeah.
This was so badass. It was a great idea.
Yeah, how he just
And
hops
you
the
really want to-
elevator.
He
You
literally
really will
yeah, go on.
go on.
He
No, you
literally-
finish.
Oh, okay. He literally just got around faster than they did, which is very impressive, and was waiting for him. What a badass, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, just gonna.
Do you still think they would win against Deltas?
You know, at this point, since what he did here, I don't know. But if Wrecker was here, let's say that the whole Bad Batch was here, maybe without Crossout. Let's say it that way. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who would be the winner at the end?
I mean, there was just one guy here. Yes, 4 of them. Actually, 5. No, 4.
Did you see how Tech dodged the shot?
Yeah.
That's
It was
barely.
really well made. Just gonna don't want to get a copyright, so I'm just gonna pause it for a bit more. Foreign class armor did its job very well. How many shots? 6, 5 or 6 to take him down.
Yeah, definitely.
And what was cool at the beginning of the episode, if you guys remember, when they shot Gregor in the leg, it only took out his leg, stunned it.
Yeah, it slowed him down too.
Mm-hmm.
This comment is nice. Like, Scorch would destroy them if he had the DC-17M blaster.
Okay, someone said Scorch would have destroyed them if he had a DC-17M blaster rifle. Oh yeah, if it was like a full-on, yeah, probably. Especially since he surprised them. You know what I thought it was kind of stupid here in the episode?
What?
Gregor gets shot twice in the chest. Sure, he got it in the armor, sort of. Like one shot is in the armor, and the other is like next to it, as you can see. Or is it?
No, I'm pretty sure it's like
About
both
the
in the
armor.
armor, but one was really close.
And he said like
Nice to
he
just-
survived an explosion and everything. It kind of undermines. I mean, I'm not too much of a fan of how he died in Rebels. You know,
I hate that. They killed off
Like-
amazing character.
Like I didn't want him to die so easily from a technician who shot him in the chest. In a way, he you know,
Mm-hmm.
I think he would put up more of a fight. You know,
He was old.
yeah. Since even here he says that he survived worse.
Yeah, that's kind of sad that they ended him like that in Rebels.
Yeah.
Would have been cool if he just survived Lothal and went on with Rex to, you know, Return of the Jedi and or,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Wait, where do you
the whole
think
team.
did Wolf go?
I personally like to think that Wolf did as well.
Mhm.
You know, participated in the
survive.
Battle of Endor. Why not?
And plus, he got his wolf pack back. They
Yeah,
fight
really.
just like the boys.
Boys, that was so satisfying.
Wheeze.
Yeah, Rekka didn't have much of a job here. Although,
Wait, he was preparing.
Yeah.
he was ready. Also, one thing I wanted to comment on is what if he. I know we talked about this earlier, but what if Scorch had his original voice from Republic Commando? Would it be better, or just to simply keep it D. Bradley?
There's actually a YouTube video that came out like 2 hours ago. Forged it with the original voice.
Yeah, I know, but I saw it as well. But the thing is, I don't know. To me, he just doesn't seem so much of a badass with a voice like that. And to me, I personally think that the only reason why they decided to change their voices in Republic Commando was for the player to know who's talking, instead of having Tamuera voice all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's more of a game mechanic there, and then they simply made up a explanation that why they use different accents and everything in the books or whatever. Is that how it went? If I remember correctly, I'm not completely sure.
Something like that.
I remember he voiced Battlefront 2 like campaign. I think Bounty Hunter as well. And what was the third thing?
Can't hear you well again, mate.
He actually voiced Battlefront 2 campaign.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
One other thing I can't remember. Wait,
Nothing at all like the simulations.
Bounty Hunter game, I think, and it was the
Yeah,
third game.
and Boss. Also, guys, do you think if Boss shows up, would it be cool if Tamuera voiced him specifically, just for the sake of nostalgia?
I would love that.
That
That'd be
would be
awesome.
so cool.
Get some Bicta, Commander. Soldier. Get some Bicta. Yeah, someone said, like I said, studio laziness. Most likely for a lot of things, I'm guessing, since it's Disney. If this was
No. Empire budget cuts. Come on, we've been there.
true, we can always make up an explanation, but I think that this is an amazing episode on its own, literally. But if it was made with George Lucas in charge and everything, like back in the day, I think even more effort would be put into it.
I can imagine that. Yeah.
This animation only exists because George was pushing it with Clone Wars.
Even
Up
with
until
episode
that-
1.
Up until 2008, no one ever made a animation style like that. It was expensive at the time, and it was really advanced. And Disney's not really pushing anything; it's just going through the formula that already existed.
Mm-hmm. Well, then again, why make something new if the old one works?
It work, comrade.
Yeah.
Don't fix what's not broken.
True. No, the thing that I'm saying is,
But then why make the sequels?
they're only being progressive with political crap instead of the way George Lucas was in advancing technology. And like, if I remember correctly, he worked on in a way on creating CGI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
The-
think
the-
at one point he even owned Pixar before he sold it to Steve Jobs.
I don't think so. Actually,
I don't know
know
completely,
that-
but I know that he had something to do with the first animated movie that ever came out, which was Toy Story 1 in 95. You know, he really pushed the envelope there and made it.
95, really?
Yeah.
God damn, my dad was 2000.
Shit, I love Toy Story.
Oh yeah.
You're
You know
getting
what's
old.
funny?
Come on.
I'm actually watching someone play Toy Story 2 on N64 in the background.
Really.
Yep.
That's how much he cares about the stream.
Let's be fair, one night you got drunk during the stream.
Well, I'm doing it now, so good for me.
Okay, we got some V-Wings. I saw some other smaller channels wanting to see more V-Wings here. I think they really delivered.
What about Jedi Starfighters?
Jedi Starfighters?
Mm-hmm.
Where? What? What do you mean?
About them, I mean.
Well, we didn't see him here.
Yeah, I know.
Because there are no
Amazing.
Jedi.
Well, they're
Yeah.
not Jedi. They're fighting.
Yeah, but we got to see a V-Wing in action, like for the first time on screen, not counting games, because
Clone Wars.
Yep.
We actually seen them in Clone Wars in background.
Oh, you mean
Wow.
the V-Wing being parked in season 7, like in the background in the hangar, right?
And fighting on Umbera.
Yeah, they were there.
Yeah, but I didn't see him before that at all because they're literally only seen in Revenge of the Sith in any real way, you know.
Actually, they think they were on Umbera as well in that gigantic space battle, but in the background.
Hmm.
I don't know about that. I would have to check it.
There's the DC 15.
And those idiots shoot a clone commando. Fucking assholes.
Yeah, I saw some people weren't happy with that because he went out too easily, but
I'm not happy with that.
Well, the plot required it.
What?
Well,
He
pushing a
just gets
commando
shot
down
by
the
his
street?
own guys, and they're just sitting there like, "Oh, that was our commander. Great."
yeah. I think it basically shows what Gregor already said, that they're a bunch of idiots, not even close to real clones.
I mean, if clones shot, they would actually try to do headshot.
True.
Ooh. It's like
I
they
think
shot
I-
and did.
I think I accidentally played too much of the scene. I just wasn't thinking for a moment. Fuck.
It's
Death-
okay.
At least I got to see Death by Firing Squad again.
Oh. I was saying it more because it's going to get copyrighted in a moment.
Well, we already he sang in the beginning, so
Yeah, what do you think about the pilot suit in the V-Wing?
The pilot suit.
There is
Mhm.
no pilot suit, I thought.
Yeah, there is one shot, like a brief shot of a.
I think it
V-wing
wasn't
pilot.
the pilot suit. It was
Yeah, that's
simply
exactly.
the-
Yeah.
it was literally just one of these TK troopers or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
No.
That's too bad though.
Yeah, I wish they actually used the ones that we saw in the Lego made. You know, the visor looks similar to them, but you don't really get much from actual Star Wars sources. I think there's just a single image of the V-wing pilots. There's a
Yeah,
version.
there's not a lot of stuff on them.
There's a version with their face being visible, and there's a version when they have like a helmet or mask or something under their pilot helmet.
Yeah, it's because the V-Wing doesn't have any oxygen filters or canisters, so they have to wear a special mask.
We got a question here in the chat, and do you guys think we'll see all of Delta Squad?
I hope.
Not
I would love
impossible.
it.
It's not
I
unlikely
hope
at this point.
I hope so, but probably be like in a later season. Probably we'll probably see the rest of them.
You think, huh? Although I'm guessing we're going to see Scorch.
Most likely.
More, of
Most
course.
likely, yeah.
But would be cool if because of this, well, let's say simply because of Hunter, because he's an enhanced clone, would be cool if all of them arrived for some reason, I don't know, a special reason.
Imagine them deflecting to Rebellion.
Also, this fall of Hunter was
Yeah, it was bad. Like
It
really
pulled
bad.
Batman.
someone on our
criminal.
Discord server was actually complaining that he survived because it was too much plot armor. But it was actually Katarn class commando armor. And you know why Katarn class commando armor is so good?
Why?
Because the Chuck Norris of the Star Wars universe, Kyle Katarn, said so.
Wait, did you actually know Chuck Norris was actually in Star Wars?
He's the Force. I know that
Yeah.
one.
Come on.
No, he's actually Kyle Katarn.
No,
he's
he's the
basically
Force,
Chuck
Kyle.
Norris. But yeah. Oh, look. I didn't even notice this that much. Gunship looks really nice with the gray colors.
It does indeed.
You know what? Since you made the mods, Todd.
You know,
someone
someone did it first, though.
did it with the gray.
No. I was not talking about that. I was talking about the real one in Clone Wars. Wolfpack did it first with the gray color.
Actually, no, they didn't. They didn't
Oh no,
use
it was Plo's Bros, right?
Yeah, it had the green and dark blue instead of the dark red.
Well, I made that one.
Yeah, the Plo's Bros. I don't know why, but it sounds white, Ayuke. Plo's Bros. Like, serious.
Not to me.
Not to me. But also, is it sloppy that they don't have an Imperial symbol on the sides like they used to have the Republic ones?
Maybe they were still working on the symbol.
Or it could just be on the wings.
Yeah, we
Or
don't
maybe
see
they
it.
just put it there.
Although we have the pilots, which are also just the regular TKs here.
Uh-huh.
Interesting combination. I mean, why not? Seems like he literally gave up. You know, I'd expect them to be goners with so many viewings.
It's a
I
good
feel
thing
like
they
that
got
Omega
Wrecker in
was
the
fine.
back.
Omega was flying.
Omega. And Tech got it.
It said that is sufficient.
Okay, this was a really nice shot as well.
Uh-huh.
Thumbnail.
Imagine what's he thinking. I'm screwed.
Well, he's standing like he's Rambo, so not really. It would have been cool if in this last shot you would see Fixer and Boss at least. Maybe not Sev. Like if they want to keep Sev on Kashyyyk or captured still or something.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? We might even get an episode eventually when they're trying to rescue Sev for reasons unknown. Who knows, huh?
Well,
Right.
Or find him or something like that. After 15 years, 16 since Republic Commando, you get to see Sev back. Seems like I'm the only one talking here.
no, that would be awesome. The thing is,
Mhm.
like, I would love to see Boss in that scene, and it just goes like, "Get some Bacta Hunter."
That'd be funny.
Above that.
Then we have this dickhead here.
He's annoying
You
as
know-
fuck.
I have a feeling that at the end of this season, he's gonna get shot.
I hope he gets shot.
That would be
Like, he's just-
satisfying.
He's just asking for it through the entire season.
Yeah, what a dick. You know, when we first saw him in episode 3, he seemed like more like a thankful officer for even being in the presence of Tarkin or some of that sort, you know. And then it seems like his ego is growing by the episode where you see him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Especially how he said that the clones were underrated. Like, wow. Compared to these,
He's to total 66 than him.
would be cool. I mean, yeah, they're going to kill him eventually. He's kind
But
of
do you
the
know what's
main.
stupid to me?
Hmm?
Kaminoans made the inhibitor chips. They made Order 66, Order 65, and way more. But they didn't think to make an order to make clones obey only their commands.
Well, yeah, that would be a good one.
Wait, I just realized something. Those smaller clone cadets at the beginning, I think they're going to become purge troopers.
Oh yeah.
Remember? Last
Oh,
few remaining
yeah.
clones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the last few
last
remaining
batch.
clones became purge troopers.
But
Forgot
you know what's
about
the
that.
problem? If they're cadets, how are they going to grow in a single year and become purge troopers? Since the purge troopers are seen in 18 BBY, and this is basically, I'm guessing, we're coming to the end of 19 BBY here.
But what I mean is they'll be trained in becoming purge troopers.
Yeah, but how would they be the purge troopers, for example, that were with Vader and the Inquisitors on Mon Calamari when we see them? If you know what I mean.
Even faster aging
Yeah,
process.
Like how are they gonna grow so much? Or maybe they're just gone, as like the guy in the chat said.
I mean, how do I put this? I think the last batch of clones that were fully grown are the ones that became purge troopers, and the ones that were just finished growing and are being trained probably will follow in their footsteps. If that makes sense.
Most likely, yeah.
That's what I meant.
Or maybe just like with the Kanan comics, Disney doesn't give no shit about the Vader comics or canon or continuity or anything, really.
True.
It's a huge possibility.
They would do that to Vader. They put way too much into Vader comics to do just that.
Yeah, they really did some awesome things there, and it would be stupid if they just retconned it.
Especially
Although,
killing Fox.
yeah, that was maybe
Didn't
a
they
wrong.
catch him earlier? Son of a bitch.
I mean, with Order 66 that happened, the retcon with Kanan and everything, I think that this version was much better, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So if
Well-
they're going to do something like that, make it work with the comic in a way and just pretend that a single page of the comic didn't happen, but make it better if you're going to retcon it. If not, I mean, they should really shut up about their continuity since they don't give a shit about continuity. You know, either don't do it at all, or if you do it right and make it better if you can. And of course, they should just shut up. You know, Dark Empire, worst EU comic, then they go on and bring back the Emperor in even the most shitty way possible.
Somehow he's returned.
Somehow. The explanation of somehow.
The Sith Lord.
Yeah,
I remember
Sith
there was a
Lords-
one-off line about dark science or whatever that.
You know what they said? It was the Sith knew cloning secrets. No, cloning secrets only the Sith knew. That's what they said.
Yeah.
And I was like, facepalm. Fuck off, JJ. JJ is really good at setting up something and not
And not delivering.
I think he's actually working on some new Batman project.
What?
I think he's actually working on some new Batman project.
Oh no. Honestly, keep JJ out of anything that's already established.
I mean, keep people away from Batman, goddamn.
Too much spamming.
In general. There are few people who actually make amazing stories. And just hold on to those stories and animate them.
This felt dark.
Yeah,
You know what's the worst part?
Blaster shots.
Yeah, usually they like sound off of blaster shots, so you know they did it, but
They
on this
didn't do it
one,
here.
We didn't hear any of
they
that.
didn't do it here.
You know what I actually thought when seeing this? See the trooper on the left has the flamethrower. I actually thought that they were going to burn him alive. Like, although he followed Nalase.
Thing that bothers me about the one that's carrying the flamethrower is like you're lugging that thing all over the place. Like, don't you get tired of carrying that thing all the time?
Yeah, like isn't a a classic blaster much more convenient.
Mhm.
Remember
someone-
the
It's
guy
like,
with the rocket launcher in
just
Battlefront
like
2?
some.
I have no idea.
No, seriously. People.
Hmm?
This
Yep.
thing even working?
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ah, nice. I remember the guy with the rocket launcher from Battlefront 2.
hmm
Imagine how he felt.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's also true. Well, the rocket trooper from Battlefront, he's lugging that thing all around as well.
Oh, you mean the one that looks like an ARC trooper with the
Mhm.
bullet markings, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's an in-game mechanic.
but still, imagine how he felt.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen after this. But yeah, that's it.
We made it through, boys. We're
We
almost
did indeed. What an episode, huh?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And we didn't go off topic that much.
Because it
We
was a
didn't
good
go off
episode.
topic that much.
Yeah, most of the time we would go off topic because some things are more interesting in the moment or whatever. But this time, no, this episode was fantastic. Honestly, 10 out of 10 for me.
Lucas.
For sure.
This was a 10 out of 10, and Lucasfilm should just quit with the movies and stuff like that and focus on this type of show or something like that. Although they're doing these live action shows, and honestly I don't have high hopes for that stuff. Not really.
The thing is, the more they focus on something, the more of those people come aboard. So I don't really want that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
True.
Like, I mean, people who just start watching a soccer show whenever it starts, they will never understand the full story about a character. You have to go through Clone Wars, Rebels, just to understand the story of the character.
Yeah. People would simply miss out then on the best part, because I doubt that the live action series would even be close to what we already got. Like, to me, the measurement of something being good or bad isn't the type of format that it's in, like a live action, because usually when someone says live action, everyone gets a hard on for it just because it's live action, not because it's good storytelling or good lore or anything, just because I'm actually talking about The Mandalorian right now, because
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
in comparison to storytelling with The Mandalorian and the Clone Wars, for example, like even Rebels storytelling, Mandalorian is very basic and bland.
It's basically a video game fetch quest.
Yeah.
They're focusing way too much on cinematography rather than story, which
it's live action.
It's live action. Must be better. The best thing since Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, I've listened to a lot of that crap.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Because you have to put up with it. Then again, we all do at some point or another. Just go on places like Screen Rant or CBR. They'll write some bullshit article that is so off topic and makes no sense about what they're trying to get on. Like, they'll just write an article saying Darth Vader fell to the dark side because Obi-Wan couldn't save him. They'll just say, then they'll just recite the prequels. That's it.
You know what?
Completely off
What I've
topic.
noticed with these bullshit articles most of the time, you know how they before they start talking about Star Wars, everyone has the exact same story of getting Star Wars points for being a fan. Like, before they start something with these shitty articles, they're like, I remember when I was 7 years old, when I got my first blah blah blah. It's always the same shit.
Insert random toy.
They
Insert
have no idea what
random,
they're talking about.
random bullshit which is available to everyone, and say how he was a fan back then, and then that qualifies him to talk some shit about Star Wars. I mean, anyone can talk about it, but it's just annoying how they have the need to announce that they are.
Another thing is they basically also make really cringy jokes and stuff while they're on air. Like they'll just
Yeah.
talk about the most.
Yeah.
That's a job.
Very familiar with that.
Hmm.
It's a type of huge fan ? That uses some basic Star Wars quote to prove to you that he's actually a pro on it, and you're like, you see it immediately.
Yeah, you're not convinced with that bullshit.
Not anymore, at least. But yeah, I get the premise of it.
I mean, people watch movies, they think they know everything.
Yeah, here's a comment that explains it all, basically. At least I think so. I'm going to share something about Todd about what year was it? Was it 2010 or in school, right? I watched Clone Wars on my own, like before it, and he was of the mindset like, I don't want to watch that stupid cartoon,
Really?
He was so grown up.
Todd.
So grown up. But then when you watched a single episode, there were 4 seasons then of the Clone Wars. Like Darth Maul just came back like a week ago after I told him to watch it. When he sat down, he watched 4 seasons in about 2 days.
Bitchin'.
Ever since, and here we are today. Clone Wars is love. Clone Wars is life. Sorry for interrupting.
I was gonna say, was he busy with the Old Republic more?
No, I think.
Well, actually, I think I was playing back then. Yeah, it was back when it was harder to play the Old Republic.
Oh yeah,
you remember you had to do like every single quest on Coruscant, or you get your ass handed to you by that Sith.
Oh yeah, SWTOR was done in a way that whether you did every single quest, you'd still have to go and kill NPCs because you wouldn't be high
enough level.
Yeah, to kill the boss. It was so hard. It was basically the game came out like in the first few months. It was really hard to kill the boss.
It really reminded me of like the classic WoW.
Oh.
Yeah, like that's why I'll never play MMOs because they look really complicated and they seem pretty hard, especially with all the quests you have to do to get through the story.
Although honestly, you're a console peasant, so
yeah. No, I'm a serf.
The thing is, immediately when I call you a console peasant, I already know what you're gonna say after it. But yeah,
it's the truth.
And the thing is, I still have no bloody idea what that means, but okay.
Maybe an upgraded term for console peasant?
No, it just means I'm lower than a peasant.
Oh, I don't know. I just like the word peasant more.
That's literally what a serf is. It's lower than a peasant.
Okay, so...
Well, guys, you just want to go ahead and end it right here?
Yeah, have we had enough?
Yeah. I think this was enough, and it was such a great episode, dude. I'm just hoping that if like the next one comes out, it's gonna be just like this one.
The next 2.
Oh yeah, the next 2.
Yeah. Sadly, next week, I'm not sure if I'll be able to attend. It depends if I'll even have internet in Montenegro. So yeah, wish me luck.
Well, hopefully you do.
The interesting part would be that if I do, my girlfriend's probably going to be behind me, rolling her eyes while I talk to you guys. I'm not sure. I already told them.
Landing.
Huh?
Another happy landing.
Another happy landing, yeah.
Yeah. It's you guys having an Anakin Padme style vacation.
Oh, God.
Is her presence soothing, huh?
On the plains of Naboo.
Just tell her how much you don't like sand.
Yeah.
Then everything will go fine.
The good thing is over there, they actually have rocky beaches.
Oh, good.
Not just sand ones. You can actually pick. I remember as a kid, I went there with my parents into Montenegro, and basically, I always liked the rocky beaches because it was full of life. You know, you had these huge sea slugs, fishes, crabs, everything. To me, the sand beaches were very bland. You just had sand in them, and it's coarse, rough, and irritating.
And gets everywhere.
Did it get
Yeah.
everywhere? Yeah.
It gets everywhere, and simply there's nothing living in that water. It's just for people to be in the water. I always liked exploring all the marine life and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
Join the Navy
Pretty
SEALs.
cool.
Nothing at all like the Rocky Mountains on Geonosis.
Honestly, the ocean has a lot more intriguing life than land life does.
it seems that way.
Question: how did we come from closing the Bad Batch episode 14 to Ocean Life?
Because I mentioned that I'm going on a 10-day holiday to Montenegro. And
Yeah,
you know what's the
still.
worst part? I have so much motivation now to edit videos and make stuff. Don't worry, guys. There will be content while I'm gone. Todd's going to make sure of that, and I'm working my ass off like
I'll
all day long.
I'll guarantee that.
I guarantee that.
I'm actually halfway done with the.
I actually
Before
got about 3 videos ready today, which are going to be coming out in the next 10 days, whatever. I don't know. I just have a lot of motivation. And now when I do, now I'm going there.
Yeah, it's always
Like,
something that
fuck.
comes up.
Yeah, it's always then. Always when I want to work, something comes up. Although when I have no motivation at all, then I have all the time in the world. Of course.
That's just how life is. It cucks you one day, and then it gives you what you want the next.
Like, I'd love to work on the next episode of Stormtrooper Tales, have some awesome ideas or whatever, but no, I gotta go and play on the beach.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Well,
Yeah,
who knows
right.
that?
Who knows? I might meet AK for the first time in my life if I pass through his city.
Getting
Will be-
drunk, we are. I hope.
Doubtfully, because I'm gonna have to drive quite a bit. So yeah. So are we ending this?
Yes, we are. I was just waiting for you to finish. All right. So
Okay.
with that said, let's go ahead and end this. And I just want to thank you guys for joining us again. And I hope to see you in the next one. So yeah, until then, may the force be with you.
Yep, and
All right.
subscribe to everyone who's linked in the description to all of these nice people with us, of course.
Well, yeah.
Kind.
All right. So
Yeah.
with that said, let's go ahead and finish this.